With the support of the Caravel Foundation, we were able to relaunch Cricket Hong Kong's Youth Player Pathway program in 2021. The vision was to create a sustainable pathway that provided more development opportunities to the youth cricketers in Hong Kong, with the ultimate goal of creating a sustainable, steady supply of players moving through our national age group teams up to the Hong Kong men's team. The program has three key phases. Phase 1 were the trials and assessments of players nominated from their clubs. Each player was able to attend 3 assessment sessions run by CHK coaches and selectors. From there, 3 All-Stars teams were selected: the Kowloon Lions, the Hong Kong Islanders and the New Territory Tigers. Phase 2 was pre-tournament training. The 3 teams had multiple training sessions and leading up to their respective fixtures in the Under-16 All-Stars tournament. And the third and final phase was the Under-16 All-Stars tournament itself, where all 3 teams competed against each other, culminating in a final. Each game was played on turf at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground, and all games were streamed live through our YouTube and Facebook channels. This program will run every year for both the Under-13 and Under-16 age groups, with nominations, trials and assessments taking place early in the calendar year, followed by training and leading up to the Under-16 and Under-13 All-Stars tournaments.
We are so proud to support Cricket Hong Kong and help relaunch the Pathway program. Our hope is that young people in Hong Kong who aspire to play cricket at a professional level can follow their dreams and nurture their talent with support from a program that offers both a clear pathway and excellent high-quality coaching. On behalf of the Caravel Foundation, we wish all players the very best with the season ahead, and we look forward to seeing how this program takes shape in the years to come.
Stay tuned, follow our social media for updates, and we look forward to seeing all those players join the program again next year. With the support of the Caravel Foundation, we were able to relaunch Cricket Hong Kong's Youth Player Pathway program in 2021. The vision was to create a sustainable pathway that provided more development opportunities to the youth cricketers in Hong Kong, with the ultimate goal of creating a sustainable, steady supply of players moving through our national age group teams up to the Hong Kong men's team. The program has 3 key phases. Phase 1 were the trials and assessments of players nominated from their clubs. Each player was able to attend 3 assessment sessions run by CHK coaches and selectors. From there, 3 All-Stars teams were selected: the Kowloon Lions, the Hong Kong Islanders and the New Territory Tigers. Phase 2 was pre-tournament training. The 3 teams had multiple training sessions and leading up to their respective fixtures in the Under-16 All-Stars tournament. And the third and final phase was the Under-16 All-Stars tournament itself, where all 3 teams competed against each other, culminating in a final. Each game was played on turf at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground, and all games were streamed live through our YouTube and Facebook channels. This program will run every year for both the Under-13 and Under-16 age groups, with nominations, trials and assessments taking place early in the calendar year, followed by training and leading up to the Under-16 and Under-13 All-Stars tournaments.
We are so proud to support Cricket Hong Kong and help relaunch the Youth Pathway program. Our hope is that young people in Hong Kong who aspire to play cricket at a professional level can follow their dreams and nurture their talent with support from a program that offers both a clear pathway and excellent high-quality coaching. On behalf of the Caravel Foundation, we wish all players the very best with the season.
Good morning and welcome to Kowloon Cricket Club for Game 6 of the Gencor Hong Kong Premier League One-Day Series for 2022-23. My name is Aaron Bush and today Kowloon Cricket Club are taking on Diaskwa Little Saiwan. KCC lost to Pakistan Association last weekend in a thriller and are now 1 win and 1 loss. Little Saiwan lost their first round match against Hong Kong Cricket Club last weekend, so will be looking to notch up their first win of the series. The weather forecast for today looks pretty great for cricket. A little bit of cloud overhead at the moment. Even though it is the middle of winter here, we're looking at a top of 22 degrees with sunshine and a few clouds. Currently it's 18.4 out in the middle. As for the toss, KCC have won and elected to bowl. Today's coverage is coming out live on YouTube via CricFit and Cricket Hong Kong's Facebook feed. If you're tuning in, jump into the comments and say g'day. Joining me in commentary tent today with all the expert comments and opinions is the king of KCC commentary, Matt Botters Botfield. Good morning, Botters. Big game for the teams today, both desperate for a win. But before we get into all the action, who are the officials out in the middle?
Good morning, Aaron. Thank you for being here with me today for this big clash. Umpires are out there in the middle already, actually. Niaz Ali and John Prakash out in the middle. As you mentioned, KCC win the toss and bat. Jamie Atkinson win the toss and bowl. Could be an extremely good toss for KCC to win. Looking at that wicket out there, Aaron, it looks extremely green.
Dew out in the outfield, clouds overhead at the moment and a very green pitch. Probably a fired up Jay Davidson with the ball to open in proceedings. A few changes to the KCC team this week. Who have we got?
Bubba Hyatt's back in. He missed the first 2 games. He's back in for Chris Carter. Chris is working this weekend, flying, so he's unable to play. But that's the only change, I understand. Jay Davidson is going to take the new ball from the clubhouse end. I think this is a wicket that's made for a T-kick ball, Aaron.
He'll be coming on from the Page Hotel's end, probably for the second over. Not far away from starting here at KCC.
Yeah, T-kick bowl, leading wicket taker in Premier League this season so far, and you would have thought all his Christmases and his Happy New Years have all come at once when he got here and saw that green top this morning.
And he's been playing with a broken thumb for the first 2 games, and it seems to be working out for him.
Yeah, he's actually sitting out the Sunday League games at the moment, I think, or that might be his plan, and just concentrating on the Premier. There's Big J, 2 slips in, point, 3rd man cover on the offside. Big J.
Quite a bit of bounce off the pitch there for the first delivery. So with Chris Carter out, Captain Jamie Atkinson has the gloves on behind the stumps for KCC.
Looks like Ibrahim on strike. Destructive Isan Ayers at the other end. Yeah, a little bit of movement away, just natural shape I think on that first ball. Oh, it finds the edge.
Finds the edge early there, Davidson.
You mentioned earlier, Aaron, a bit of dew around. I think that'll burn off relatively quickly. We've had a fair bit of sun early, bit of cloud cover has come over now. Visibility, the light levels dropped a little bit, but I don't think that dew will hang around for very long. Sean Ayers, destructive left-hander. Just defends there. So Davidson's all refreshed. I was talking to him earlier before the game. He's been back to South Africa. He's Namibian, of course, but holidayed with his family in South Africa. Had a wonderful time.
That's what you're going to do, get a refresh. After last week's thrilling loss for KCC. They thought they had it in the bag there. In the second last over, 10 balls to go.
Oh, tremendous effort by Pakistan Association.
2 sixes to finish it off. Around the wicket now.
A lot of footwork there from his son early. It's more prodding forward rather than pushing right forward. Path Bhagwat at cover, I see there. He's been a standout performer with the bat for KCC, and overall the top 6 really has underperformed in the first few games, except for Path Bhagwat, 2 half centuries. Oh, just ties him up. That's a very optimistic shout from Davidson.
It's a fair way down the pitch, pretty up above the knee roll.
Very high into the thigh pad.
He's banging into the pitch, so he's getting quite a bit of bounce.
Sporting a new haircut. Namibian Nightmare, I see. He's coming round the wicket to the left-hander, trying to tie him up. Again, that's got on him a little bit quicker than he imagined. That's the end of the first, Aaron. Just a one off it, off the edge of Ibrahim down to third. Surely we see a teak from the Page Hotel end.
He has the cap off. He's ready to go. Just looking at the first game that the Yaskol Little Saiwan played against Hong Kong Cricket Club, and Hassan Ayaz did not play that game. The opener at that time was Ikram Hussain with Ibrahim Muhammad. So looks like his first game for the Gencor one-day tournament. 2 slips in again. This will put Ibrahim back on strike.
No gully, I know, Darren. There's got between second slip, it's around a Wakas Bark at a point. Cover mid-off. Fine leg on the boundary down there, Dash Vora. Jay Davidson down on the boundary at third. Mo at mid-on. Just the 2 on the leg side, I think.
Like a gully is always a worry here in the commentary tent.
Firing
Come
straight
flying
up.
down at us.
Iqbal. It's right forward there, Ibrahim, and defends. These little Saiwan batsmen will just be wanting to have a look at this pitch. I mean, it looks extremely green on top. It felt a little bit soft on the surface as well when I was out there checking it earlier. Didn't see a lot of movement from Iqbal on that first delivery. Patience for LSW, patience. Lets that one go through. Teak gets a bit of interest there.
The Kowloon plan for bowling seems to be to bowl a Teak from this end for 4 or 5 overs and then bring him on from the restaurant end to finish off. And sometimes that's where he's been his most dangerous, taking wickets from this end.
Nice bit of movement in there from Iqbal, that's what got him interested.
Comes down the pitch.
Lets that go. Yeah, it's Dash Vora, of course. He hasn't taken the new ball here today, but he's the opening bowler for the under-19s, and he's bowled tremendously well since he's bowled tremendously well in Saturday and Sunday League cricket, and well and truly earned his spot in this Premier League team, and he's performed extremely well, the young man.
last week taking his first Premier League wickets, got 2 for 32. Tiki Iqbal last week, 5 for 24 in a losing side. Can't ask much more from your premium pace bowler.
That's what he does, isn't it? And he's just so reliable. He's so consistent with his lines. Gets that movement, just rolls his fingers across the ball. Cutters. Oh, that beats him outside off. Just mixes up his pace, just takes a bit of pace on, pushes one through a little bit quicker at times. Just working that seam.
He would have liked that delivery. And Ibrahim coming forward, laying at it.
I'll tell you what, KCC won't mind this. This cloud cover's come right over now. It's a lot more gloomy than it was even just 15 minutes ago.
Oh, again.
Tiki Iqbal doing what a Tiki Iqbal does. That's the end of his first over, end of the second. It's a maiden.
Little so one for the loss of none. Yes, I woke up at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. here in Hong Kong.
Sleeping.
Got my coffee. Had a look outside. Beautiful day. Blue skies, sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. 2 hours later, it's really rolled in. Beautiful sunshine here at Kowloon Cricket Club.
Well, I got down here at 8:10 looking for a lovely breakfast, and it was Chinese New Year. Gong Hei Fat Choi, everybody. As Davidson comes in. Oh, goodness me. The restaurant didn't open until 9 o'clock.
Oh dear. Should have had a sleep in.
Exactly.
I'm not sure how that missed everything there. It was a great ball from Davidson. Missed the bat, missed the stumps, missed the pads. Cut back in on him a bit, I think. Yes.
A lot of movement there from Davidson.
He'll be happy with that. Bowling around the wicket. It's one to stay a little lower on the stumps. He might get his first wicket of the day. It's a grind out there for the little Saiwan batters, just trying to survive the new ball. And that's an attack.
Ayaz goes hard at it. It's early frustration. That's probably not what is required. And he's just got the top of the bat, I'd argue, and just one bounce to mid-on. Very lucky. Could have gone anywhere.
Top of the bat is the luckiest thing that could have happened there for Hassan Ayaz, because otherwise it would have been caught. Fell short.
Patience they need early.
50 over match. That was the one highlight of yesterday's huge scoring game at Ting Kwong Recreation Ground. First team to bat first to get through all their 50 overs. Oh,
Down on the thigh pad, giving that thigh pad a real workout, Davidson.
Yes, it's taken the teams a little while to adjust out of the T20 format back into the longer format of the one-day game, 50 overs. Teams that can bat their full 50 will always be a chance.
No, I mean, Kowloon Cricket Club defending champions, and in the first two games they were bowled all out in the first game for 159 in the 37th over, and could only manage 180 in 46 in the second. Davidson just defends Ayaz. Again, not a lot of feet movement there. Of course, they managed to win the first one when they only got 159. They then rolled USRC. But as you mentioned earlier, Pakistan ran that 180 down last week, so they win the toss and they bowl this morning. They'll be looking to get some early wickets before the drinks break.
And conversely, little Saiwan will be hoping to survive. Keep their openers out there, work off the shine of the new ball.
It was fuller there from Davidson, and just punched down to mid-on. Damp Pascoe there. Takes the brown towel out the back and dries off that white cricket ball. Still a bit of dew around, as we mentioned. Thought it was going to burn off when the sun was out. It might hang around a little bit longer now.
Slower outfield for the first 10 or 20 overs, I guess.
So let's cut. It's just going to be one down to Iqbal.
There's an aggressive stroke again from Ayaz. Going to get the runs ticking over. That's the end of the second over. A third over. Little Saiwan, 2 for the loss of none.
absolutely picturesque here this morning. The pitch with the Astro in the middle and 3 turf pitches either side. It's right over. There's only one pitch closer to the pool pavilion, so it's very short boundaries over on the pool side today, and very long boundaries over here to the commentary box area, the practice nets area.
Swimming pool may be in danger later on. Speaking of the AstroTurf pitch, you can see it on the screens. It's pretty much the same colour as the turf pitch today.
It's not far from it, is it? Doesn't seem to be too many demons out there in the first 3 overs though. Bit of movement around. Dash Vora coming out of that 3rd position. There's no 3rd man now. There's 2 slips, gully, point. Vora's come onto the leg side for Aya, so there's 3 on the leg side now, a mid-on and mid-wicket. Davidson down a fine leg for Iqbal. Aya's just defends.
That set up for KCC, 2 slips and a gully and a point. Bowling to the left-hander, obviously expecting to try to get an edge. That was a bit too straight on the pads.
Khan there at first. He's standing quite wide actually at first slip. Bubba Hyatt in at second. Simandeep Singh in the gully. Iqbal. Hyatt just punches to the left of Singh. Barkett collects a point. No run. Davidson giving plenty of encouragement to his opening bowler partner.
That's the 8th dot ball. Atiq Iqbal has bowled. You're hoping to add a W to that.
Fuller defended. Right on the money again. Well, as you saw in the previous over, a little bit of frustration and lack of patience, and was lucky not to just scoop it straight to mid-on. He's shown a lot more patience this over. So far.
9 dot balls from Atiq. Make that 10. Pressure building for Little Saiwan. Plenty of overs left.
He's really just probing around that spot, isn't it? Around that length. It's right on line.
Hoping to get one to move away to the left-hander. Get that edge.
The inside edge of that one from Ayaz.
Oh, swing miss.
Straight through. He's frustrated with himself there. He turns around, walks 3 paces to square leg, just regrouping.
With a wild swing. One ball left of the 4th over.
It's Fuller. Just driven to cover. Not out of the middle of the bat. That's the end of the over. 4 gone, score on 3. Veggie Kingdom Premier League, KCC Premier League team, brought to you by Veggie Kingdom, of course. Level 7, VIP Commercial Centre, 120 Canton Road, TST, for all your vegetarian